Hey YouTube, Shannon here for McCann Professional Dog Trainers, and we wanted to make a quick little video to talk about some of the dangers that come along with Christmas. We want everybody to have a safe and happy holiday season. We don't want anything to happen to your dogs. As part of the family, we want them to enjoy Christmas as well. So a couple of things we wanted to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is the Christmas tree. Most of you will have a Christmas tree in your home. They're very exciting. They usually smell good. Dogs are usually pretty interested in them. And don't fall into the false sense of security that just because you have an older dog who hasn't bothered with the tree for years previous, they still might show interest this year, especially since things change from year to year. There might be something in particular that gets their attention on the tree, and that might cause them to investigate. They might end up chewing on something they shouldn't, or they might end up knocking it over, which of course can be a fire hazard as well. Our best advice to you when it comes to the tree is to block off access to it when you're not home to supervise your dog. So you can use a crate to keep your dog safe, or you can just make sure that the tree that you put up is in a room that's locked or that's closed off from your dog. Be very aware of things like tinsel. It's shiny, it makes interesting noise, it looks fun. A lot of dogs will like to chew that, and of course that can cause a blockage for them, which will end up in foreign body extraction surgery for you. Not fun for either you or your dogs, very dangerous of course. Other things that are on the tree that can be very interesting and tempting for the dog are all the little balls. They look a lot like your dog's favorite toys, I'm sure, and some dogs will eat them, hooks and all. And a lot of these balls are made of glass, so do be very cautious about that. You want to make sure that anything that's shiny and exciting around the house is not within reach of your dog, and you're able to supervise and stop them from getting into any of these things should they start to show interest in them. Now, we've also got all sorts of decorations around the house that your dogs might be interested in as well, and taking apart and de-stuffing any of these little stuffed creatures can cause a blockage as well for your dogs. So do be very cautious about that. Either keep them up out of reach or make sure your dogs are crated when you can't supervise so they don't have access to those things. Some of the other things that we wanted to talk about were household garbage. That's definitely something that can change over the holidays and definitely something that can be very interesting. We throw away a lot of turkey bones and things like that over the holidays. Bones, as a rule, that are cooked can splinter and cause a lot of damage if your dogs do chew on them. They can also cause a blockage. So be very cautious about garbage. Go the extra mile to make sure that your dog doesn't have access to the garbage. Again, they're either crated or the garbage is locked securely away where they can't get into it. One final thing we wanted to talk about is the tempting presents under the tree. And anyone who's ever given their dog a present for their birthday or for Christmas knows that they figure out how to unwrap them very, very quickly. Now, there's definitely a possibility that something in that present might attract their attention through smell. If you've got chocolates wrapped under the tree or nuts of some sort or any sort of alcohol, they have very high smelling factors for the dogs, and they can be very toxic. You can also have the danger of causing a blockage if they open up something that they shouldn't and start to chew and swallow things that they shouldn't. So toxicity level is definitely a factor, as well as that blockage. We want you to be very careful this holiday season and make sure that your dogs don't get into any mischief, and they definitely don't get hurt. We want them to enjoy the holiday season just as much as you do. On that note, have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and we'll see you in the new year. Bye for now.